So I've been talking. So like I said, I've been talking about this channel for a little bit. I've been kind of binging his full length videos. We're not gonna watch any of them again because they are like an hour and a half long, usually on average, and there's just a lot in there. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, and it gets pretty technical. And realistically, I don't have like the most in-depth knowledge about financing and finances and all that, and what even audits are kind of, or what like an audit in this sense is meant to really help to do. He does provide. I mean, he's meant to help you get out of debt and everything. I know that. It's just like some of these people are train wrecks, and I don't know how they did it, if they did it, but hopefully they did, because it's crazy. Anyways, we're gonna check out a couple of these reels, and all shorts, reels, whatever you want to call it, and just kind of have a couple of laughs. It's gonna be different people. It's gonna be different characters, or at least some of them are. He does post a few of like the same episode, obviously because it's a long episode, and there's a lot of really funny parts in some of them. Anyways, this one is how to make money on X. I honestly forgot who he was talking to in this one, so let's just see.
You're living off of begging for money on Twitter?
Yep, it'd be like that.
That's my ad
yeah,
revenue.
that's my.
I'm monetized on Twitter.
Let's
How many
go.
followers do you have?
2,200.
How am I not monetized? What the
Oh, the
Am I?
fuck.
Have you?
How the fuck am I unmonetized? Damn, he has 36 not 33 at 6, 32. Sorry, 32.6 followers.
Trying
That's
to apply
crazy.
for it? You just need 5 million impressions, 500 followers. I had 34 million impressions at one point, so they kind of like,
Why? How?
that just reply to big accounts. And so with the check mark, it boosts you up.
Damn,
People are
Orbit
like-
D's nuts. She just said Orbit D's nuts.
And so
That's crazy. She did a D's nuts reference and literally got fucking 3 million impressions off of that. Well, if you want to get a lot of impressions, just fucking comment under one of Elon's posts. That's actually probably a good way to. It's probably a good way to actually get yourself out there. Now that I think about it, because man has so many people following him and watching him. Like this whatever this was alone has 4,000 comments and 500 retweets. Like a lot of eyes probably ended up on these nuts.
with the check mark, it boosts you up. So people like,
You played the system.
White husband blames his own wife spending. I want to do
What's
this.
the car?
2023.
Oh, I remember this one. Dude, this chick was crazy. She tried to, if I remember correctly, it was her saying that, what is it? Her boyfriend kind of ruined her credit and everything, and that's why she was in the situation she's in now. But that was like 5 years ago, and she's out there spending like, I think, I think she had 3 cars, something like that, 2 or 3 cars.
What's the car?
2020.
And yeah, this car right here, it's only, she didn't buy it to drive it. She bought it to kind of rent it out. But because no one's really buying or renting it out from her, she's just kind of drove it a bit here and there. It's just obviously it depreciates in value, and it's not nearly worth what it was originally when she bought it. So she's just sitting on a pit.
Like,
Wait, it's a spider? It's one of those?
yeah.
Like one of those 3-wheel fucking like.
Yeah, so it's like an exotic.
This is crazy. $30,773.90.
That's crazy.
With a minimum monthly payment, $560.
500, dude. If I had to pay $560 for like a minimum monthly car payment, I would cry. I would absolutely cry. For one, I've never owned like a super expensive car to begin with. All my cars have been relatively older. I mean, the one I have now is a 2006 Toyota Camry, and it was, when I bought it, it was like $6,000, and I bought that shit just straight out. I had the money, I put that shit down, and I said, here, take my money. Mine's $350 and it hurts. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just one of those people that's like, when I think of buying a car, the last thing I want to do is do any type of minimum like lease payments or anything. Oh, especially like if you miss them, like they obviously accrue interest or whatever. Or no, there's like fees for missed payments and shit like that. And it can be so easy to fall behind. I've just always dreaded it. That's why I personally will try to, You never know what happens in the future. Anything can happen in the future, but preferably I would like to just buy cars outright and have the ability to just own them from that point on. Like I won't have to pay out anything, and the only thing I want to pay for is my insurance on it and like the actual repairs and stuff.
78 cents.
Yeah.
That is crazy. What's the interest on this?
13 or 14.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Why? Why do you need this?
Me and my ex, they were gonna put up on Turo as like a rental car.
This is what I mean. This is the craziest fucking business scheme of the fucking year.
So that was the idea behind this car was
One sec.
that was as like a rental car, and so
He's
that
just
was the
like,
idea
"No,
behind this
please,
car
why
was
would
it
you
was
do
supposed
this to
be
me?"
for passive income and be a rental
Passive
car
income.
on
I
the side.
depreciate an asset for passive income,
I'm-
guys. This is the greatest idea in the history of humanity.
Listen,
The
What the
listen,
fuck?
it is a depreciating asset, but like
That
but there's
face.
other
He's just like,
passive
he's just
income.
like, do you have a brain up there, girl? Do you realize how bad of a decision that was?
Real estate. What's the car?
2020.
Is it gonna be another? Okay, it's gonna be one.
Yeah.
in a year and lost 20 pounds.
Hey,
Let's go.
Good job. Wow. Oh, those 20 pounds went right to me. Oh, this is good. You've made a lot of progress. Retirement, your 401k was
Oh, this is a follow-up.
450, and it's at 8,500. It's delicious. It's wonderful. And obviously, once we start getting on that 50, 30, 20, once you pay off the student loans.
Right, this is-
So honestly,
Right,
my
yeah.
suggestion is just continue doing what you're doing, even just within your own BS spending. That's pretty minimal. I'm very happy to see where you are, and I'm happy the way that you're doing. You found a method that works for you, and I'm really happy, and that's great. So I'd continue this.
That's
grind
this
it out.
is
I know
wholesome.
2
Holy
months are a
shit.
big number, but I think
Maybe I should. See, I'm not a member. He actually puts these on his. I'm pretty sure like the post shows and the follow up shows are actually on like his members. Like members are able to watch them. Just the actual audits are on like the open channel to a degree, and so. Yeah, I mean, I've never watched any of the follow ups, and surprisingly, that's actually I would like. Maybe I should, because most of the time he's just yelling crazy at these people. It is
what do you
phenomenal.
do for a living?
So I do only. And then I
Well,
do
things are making
phenomenal.
more sense.
Things are making
Okay,
more
now.
sense. Oh
I stream on
damn!
Twitch as well.
What are we making from these?
I mean, let's be fair. She definitely streams for sure. I could tell you that. But the OnlyFans, yeah, I'm not. I'll be honest, I'm not surprised either.
On Twitch as well.
What are
It's
we
just
making
it's just
from
the
these
whole
sources?
aesthetic kind of fits.
So only is around $200 on a good.
Damn, that sucks.
Okay, so you
200.
don't have a job. Okay, well, you said another one was streaming. So how much are we making off that?
I
30 bucks?
took a break from streaming the last several months because I had some health issues recently. I had a collapsed lung.
Why? At
Damn.
25? Jeez, for what?
I was vaping and
Oh,
I hit.
This is why you don't vape, kids.
Stop.
This is why you don't vape, kids. This is why you don't vape. I don't vape. I did it way back. I did it like a couple of times way back in the day when it was like popular and like vaping wasn't. There weren't like 30 different like throwaway cartridges for vapes and shit like that. It was literally I remember my vape. It was one of those ones that you literally had to screw the top off of, pour the liquid in, and then use it. And like every now and again, you'd have to replace the batteries because the batteries would actually like die. Like those not the batteries. The I think they were batteries. The coils, yeah, that's what it was. The coils, the heating coils, they would actually like stop working, and you'd have to get a new one to put on the battery and everything. And I think I did that for like a couple years. This was in high school. I think I did for a couple years, and then after that, I was just like, yeah, this is stupid. I was like, this is kind of stupid, man. Not to mention, and I will say, I got the ones without nicotine. That's right. Even when I did vape, I wasn't vaping with ones that had nicotine in it. I was just vaping different chemicals. It was just flavored chemicals.
Stop with this. We're
So-
finally starting to see consequences.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah,
thing
your
is-
lung collapses.
lung?
Yeah,
I
your
now
lung will
smoke
collapse.
cigarettes, but I was smoking. a vape.
No! What?
So,
we have a
hold on,
collapsed
hold on.
lung and we're smoking
I got permission from my
cigarettes?
pulmonologist because of the fact
Pulmonologist?
I can't pronounce pulmonary doctor, the person for my lungs.
What do you do for a living?
So I do.
Oh, whatever doctor said that it's okay that you start smoking cigarettes should probably not be a doctor. That is terrifying. Oh my God. I mean, that is crazy. A doctor saying, yeah, you have a collapsed lung from vaping. Go to cigarettes is insane. That is insane. I would say go to fucking smoking weed first or something like. Go smoke some CBD, something like that. Something that will hopefully try and mitigate or offset like the cravings or the urges. But like if you have to smoke and stuff like that, unless you want to quit cold turkey. Dude, that is crazy. Oh my God. No.
Why does your
There's
wife
only-
not know what's on your credit card?
Because I use it as my.
Oh, this fucking guy. This fucking guy. I remember this one. He's what is it? Yeah, he's a Mormon, and apparently and apparently his quote unquote friend had access to his credit card and was buying a bunch of like food and other random shit on the card. And on top of that, he bought OnlyFans with the card. He was doing OF subscriptions. Man was doing complete and utter OF subscriptions with this card that his friend was doing it, that he lent him to him. And that's just crazy. That is just crazy, Cope. There is no way. His wife had no idea about it either. This card. His wife had no idea this card even existed until he was coming on the show and he told her that it existed. Dude.
I have disagreements with my wife about the money because I'm the spender when it comes to the finances, but I've tried to educate myself for the last couple of
Oh yeah, and not only that, he also went into this entire interview, this entire audit being like, yes, well, I'm the good guy with money. He literally started off by being like, I just need you to agree with me and tell my wife that she's wrong, so that way she will let me do what I want with the money, type of thing. That was the reason why he had come, because he had said that within like the first 5 to 10 minutes of the episode. That was what he said. He was like, we have arguments and I just need you to agree with me and be on my side about this, so that way she will listen to me. It is crazy. And then you find out that he's no fucking saint himself.
years on it, and she seems to fight me on every twist and turn based off of my spending habits in the past. So I'll bring up, hey, let's take out a $10,000 loan, maybe consolidate our debts into one monthly payment with a low APR. And she's like, I will not do a $10,000 loan. We're going to dig ourselves into debt. We're trying to dig ourselves out of debt.
True. And have you
But-
changed your behavior that got you there in the first place, which a debt
Right.
consolidation wouldn't necessarily do? What have you?
No.
Okay,
Ah,
so
no.
sounds like wifey might be righty.
But like 2-3
Wifey
years
might be
ago,
righty.
I started learning about stocks and investing. It's like, oh, take $100, invest in the S&P 500. I tried that and it was very slow, so I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So I did throw about $1,000 towards AMC because they're like,
So you're the one to educate the wife on the household finances.
Yep. And the best part is,
See, bud.
he lived the entire fucking episode after this, episode, video, whatever. He is just constantly bringing up, oh, Mr. Finances, Mr. Good with the money, Mr. I buy AMC and blow all my fucking money to the wind. He constantly brings it up and roasts him for it. Dude, that is crazy.
yeah, and then I
Cook
sold
'em.
for a lot.
Cook him.
Why does your
Cook
wife
him.
not know what's in
Cook
her-
him. We'll do probably one
set
or
up
two
a
more.
separate bank account
Oh, I
Really?
remember this
Why?
one. Yep.
because if there's money in our main account, it gets spent.
Do you have no self-control?
Not
No,
really.
he
So
does
why
not.
have you not worked on this?
Because I don't
Yeah.
care.
This guy, for real. This guy was a truck driver, makes like 100K a year, and he blows it all. He spends all the money on just like random bullshit that he wants for the most part. Not saying the wife doesn't either, but she was not the issue here. He was the issue. He makes a lot of money, and he just thinks that he has the right to spend all of it and do whatever he wants with it, even though he has a wife and he has kids. They have kids. Yeah, it's fuck. And look at that smirk. I don't get it either. It is a coping mechanism. I do it too sometimes. Like when I feel uncomfortable, like you smile and all that. But like if someone's constantly shitting on me and telling me like, no, you're ruining your child's life, I would not be able to cope smile with that. I would just actually probably start crying. I would be like, you know what? You're right. I failed as a parent. I failed as a human being. I'm just failing as a member of society. Like it,
I just like to spend money.
How do you
Yep.
get out of a hole when he has that mindset?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's my money. I pay for her house. I
Yep.
don't live there. I pay for her groceries. I travel for
I
work.
don't eat them. Like literally so he travels a lot because he's a truck driver and everything. So because of that, he doesn't feel like it's really he feels like he's allowed to spend it and he sees like he sees more possession over everything because of that. I don't know. I get that, you know, if you're the main breadwinner, you want to be able to spend some of that bread for sure. But when you're married and shit like that and you have kids, the object isn't me and them, it's us. It's always us. And it's the moment you start looking at it from the perspective of, well, that's my money that I made, that's counterproductive to the relationship and the finances of that relationship.
So I live in a fifth wheel
So I've learned
2 hours
after
from
watching
home.
these.
2 hours?
2
How often are
hours.
you home?
every other weekend if I can.
You only see him 4 days a month?
Sometimes, yeah. And sometimes it's
How
just.
are you guys surviving that? Well, he's just blowing all his money and he doesn't care. Well, he's also gone for 90% of a month.
Well, if I'm at work, I don't spend the money.
You spend it all in 4 days?
Yeah, it don't take very long.
Yeah,
I
that's
set up a
crazy.
separate
That was the
account.
crazy. That was
Really?
actually. I
Why?
forgot about
Because
that.
if there's
That was
money-
How are you guys
insane.
surviving that percent of a month?
Well, if I'm at work, I
If
don't
he
spend the money.
spends one
You
sec,
spend it all.
if he spends all that in 4 days, like he spends a lot of money in 4 days. Like I'm pretty sure it was like like on like bullshit spending, not like important stuff like mortgages or food for the house or anything like that, or like clothes for like the kids. I would say I'm pretty sure he spent like 3,000 to 4,000 just all like on bullshit, which is kind of crazy, you know, especially when they have a house. They have a mortgage, they have bills, they have kids, all this other stuff that kind of requires more attention than him. When I say bullshit, I'm talking about like him going out to eat
All
constantly.
in 4 days?
Yeah, it don't take very long.
I set up a separate.
Granted,
bank
he
account.
is on
Really?
the road
Why?
constantly.
So we make as a household 108,000 hours a year. It's incredible.
Oh, yeah. See,
So why the fuck are you on
100,000.
this show?
I like to spend money and not tell my wife.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
He really likes to buy things, all the things.
Why aren't you guys talking?
The last conversation, one of us ended in tears.
That was me.
What did
That
you
was
say?
I
me.
said that we were going to have to get a personal loan.
Oh,
It was really high.
$106,000 a year net in a pretty cheap area. F- me. Okay. And then what happened from there?
I took all my credit cards out of my wallet and threw them at her.
Angrily,
Yep.
but
He took
yeah.
his he threw his credit cards at her. Again, this is his wife, guys. This isn't like just some random person. This is the man's wife. And he's just like, "You want my money? Fucking take it." Oh, this is a good one. I remember
What do
these
we
guys.
do for a living?
I'm in car sales. They're screwing me over on my commission right now. I'm waiting to get paid for like 10 cars right now.
She sold 10
Yeah.
cars in a week, and they only paid her $180.
I love sales. I'm good at it. And I make a lot of sales a month.
And now, well, the thing with her situation, if I remember correctly, was the fact that she was also not getting paid consistently. Part of the issue was she was not getting paid consistently for what she was doing, and I think she wasn't even making much on commission too. But she wants to be a salesman, and that's her dream, that's her passion. She should be able to pursue that at her wishes. And the other one just kind of her partner just kind of shoots that down a lot.
Okay. The sales version of Ellen. Gotcha. What do you do?
I'm a cook.
Cook. Like line cook? Are we
Yeah,
talking
line
like
cook.
Texas Roadhouse?
That's a brunch spot.
Okay, so how much are you making?
19 an hour.
You really? What do we do for a living?
I'm in car sales. They're screwing me over on
Yeah, she was getting the shit end of the stick on some of that. Some of these like they do have like really bad situations that they find themselves in, but still at the end of the day, it's like not good.
You're gonna be homeless again because if you f this up, you have no fallback.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this one.
Cute. It's not a little joke.
Yeah. I've watched this one too. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of these. Dude, what was this one? Failed e-girl blames losing men for losing $250,000. Wasn't she? I think she had an OnlyFans subscription. I keep saying I gotta be careful because I'm pretty sure that word gets you like. I think that word is like a little taboo, but she had an OF account, and people would subscribe. She had like a huge following, and then it just dropped off and hasn't recovered ever since. And yeah, that's her like main source of income. So she blames them for like basically not giving her money.
This is a cope laugh, absolutely a cope laugh. This is I am uncomfortable and angry at myself and very disappointed.
I'm disappointed at something I'm doing. I fix it again. You know.
Well, some of us have better coping skills, okay? I'm doing the best I can with what I have to work with.
That's not funny. My thing.
What? Why are you facing at me in that look of tone?
Cause I don't know.
And that
you're
look
a
of
bit
tone.
odd,
Yeah,
and-
she was a
Did I
little
not
she was a
start
little
with
kooky.
that? I'm a weird person.
And I'm trying to just fucking comprehend it, okay?
Good luck.
You can't have credit cards. You're not a
Good
credit card
luck.
person. You don't know how to manage them.
Would it-
Close them.
Would it not be better to use the tools the way that they're
You don't know how to.
Yes, but that is a skill I can learn.
And if we learn them by proving it within debit accounts for a while, I will allow you to open a small limit credit card again.
There you go.
You're gonna be homeless again because if you
Yeah, she wasn't. Yeah, she was actually homeless and shit like that. But anyways, we'll probably watch a couple more of them at some other point. But this is what I mean. I fucking love this guy. I've been binging this content for a hot minute, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. Sorry, but that's gonna be it for this at least. Hey, what is up? You are an absolute legend if you made it this far in the video. I really appreciate it. And if you could just do me one more quick favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really helps me out. I stream on Twitch Wednesdays to Saturdays starting around 12 p.m. EST. And yeah, there's plenty of crazy unhinged madness that goes on over there too. So I hope to see you there, and I'll catch you in the next video.